Hello, this is Caleb Barney with Russell Real Estate, and today I wanted to go over at least the headline portion from this article from Housing Wire. The title of the article is FHA Borrowers Hit First and Hardest by Sinking Economy. Rising short-term loan delinquencies in the Federal Loan Guarantee Program are cause for some concern, housing experts say. So this article just came out a couple of days ago from Housing Wire. And this is actually something that I've been kind of expressing concern about for the past year and a half. So I'd say that I really started mentioning this more in the summer of 2021 when the housing market here in Northeast Ohio was still going absolutely crazy. And my concern for a lot of people was really, it was more so for two types of people. So the first type of buyer that I was concerned for was the one that was putting in offers with huge appraisal gaps. Now, if you're unfamiliar with appraisal gaps, that's that's something that became much more common in 2020 and 2021 when we were essentially having all of these bidding wars, and you would have 10, 12 offers on a property, sometimes more than that. And what people had to do in order to be competitive, and I don't want to say they had to do it, but oftentimes what people did do is they said, hey, I know this house is listed at $350,000. We're going to offer $400,000 and say that we'll cover any sort of appraisal gap by up to $30,000. So that means when they're using a loan, the bank wants to protect their assets, and they send a third party appraiser out to give their value of opinion of that property. Now, it was listed at 350. Maybe the appraiser says, okay, fair market value is actually going to be 370 here. Well, if you're offering 400,000 without an appraisal gap, that means the bank is only going to lend up to $370,000. So what people often felt the need to do in order to get their offer accepted is saying, I know that the appraiser might say it's only worth 370. We're willing to come with another $30,000 out of pocket to basically put on top of this, and the seller is able to sell for above market value. So that was extremely enticing to a lot of sellers. But what that does for the buyer, because that $30,000, that doesn't get applied toward whatever percentage they were going to put down for their down payment. So if they were planning on putting 20% down on $370,000, that would be what, $74,000, plus they'd have to put down that extra $30,000 to make up that appraisal gap difference from their purchase price of 400 to the appraised value at 370. So essentially what they're doing, yes, that's guaranteeing them in a way to get the home of their dreams. And if they're in a good financial position, that's okay. But the concern that I had was, say life circumstances change, say you get a divorce or somebody passes away, you don't have life insurance, say you lose a job, or you're moving jobs. What you have to do then is hope that the housing market continues to go up, and not only up, but up enough to cover your title work again, your transfer and conveyance fees, and then your commissions for if you're using a real estate agent to sell your house, so list it, or even if you're not doing that, you're still, how the rules currently are, you're still paying a buyer's agent commission. So you need to cover all of that and then make up that $30,000 that you put down on top of what the appraiser said it was worth too. So that was my concern for that potential group. The other group that I was concerned for was FHA borrowers. If they were borrowing, or I'm sorry, if they were putting down as little as possible, which many FHA borrowers do, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you can put down as low as 3.5% for your down payment, meaning the loan to value is extremely high. The loan is 96.5% of the value of the home. Well, if that home either doesn't go up in value very much, it stays the same, or if it goes down in value, you don't have a ton of equity in the house. And of course, if it goes down in value, you actually might be underwater. Meaning, if you went to go sell that house because same thing, divorce, job change, job loss, whatever the situation is, you might actually have to bring money to the closing table to get out from underneath this mortgage. So let's say it's a $150,000 house. I should have used easier math. Let's say it's a $100,000 house, and you put down 3.5%. So you have a loan balance of 96,500. When you go to sell your property, you're going to have title work, you're going to have your transfer fees, and you're going to have your commissions again. So usually they say when you're selling a house, it's going to be about 9 to 10% of the purchase price. That's how much it's going to cost the seller, all things included. So let's just say it's 10% there. You need to sell it for at least $110,000 to walk away and not lose any money there. But if the market has not gone up 10%, because a $100,000 property going up 10% would be $110,000, and it stayed the same, that's where again you might have to bring money to the table. And the reason why you're an FHA borrower, oftentimes it's either going to be a first-time home buyer or somebody that is in the low to middle income bracket, basically, income earning bracket. So you may or may not have that extra cash to bring to the table. So that's what they're saying here. Essentially, with our potentially sinking economy, that is going to be the first group of borrowers that are hit and affected by this. So they are basically saying that FHA backed mortgages are going to be the canary in the coal mine. And if there is, a potential recession coming, or if there's rising unemployment, like a job loss recession, oftentimes the people that first lose their jobs or lose their jobs first are going to be lower income earners. And if that's the case, then, we may be in a world of hurt if people have to sell, and they might be in a short sale situation if they don't have their, that money to bring out of pocket then. So again, I'm not going to go through the whole article. It's a decently long article. Definitely feel free. Check out housingwire.com. They always have some really good information. And again, my prediction, I don't think that Northeast Ohio is going to see a decline in home values. The areas that I serve most, so I'm a Cleveland-based real estate agent, but basically all of Medina County, Cuyahoga County, and then parts of Summit and Lorain as well. I think that we're still probably going to see a 4 to 5% increase in home price appreciation, but that doesn't mean that every area is going to see that increase. And it also depends on when you bought, what your situation is, what the house looks like, things of that nature too. So if you have any specific questions on the Northeast Ohio market, or if you just want to talk about your housing market predictions, I would love to hear it. Feel free to reach out to me or comment in the comment section below. And otherwise, have a great day.